Oh, I absolutely love this, Johnny. We played through so many tournaments, we went through so many matches, and still we managed to get to the point where it's straight up, beat this team, you get yourself through.
Yeah, this is the greatest thing about this format is it all comes down to this, quite literally. What a dream to have them matching up against each other in the quarterfinals. This isn't the case.
When we announced the format, is that we get something like this. You don't actually expect it to happen.
Well, you know, it can happen, but for it to happen this early is ridiculous because we needed one of them to finish outside of the top two in their group, and it was FaZe yesterday. I think their group was harder, but well played to Shopify Rebellion, taking down Envy and making this just a little bit more in their hands. I've got to back them though. I think they've had the more impressive playoff runs for me than FaZe, who I've seen, you know, making a few mistakes here and there when the pressure reaches a climax, and that is going to be what happens here. Pressure will not have been this high throughout the entire season.
Oh, huge demo as well. That's going to hit towards the backboard. Difficult read for AJ, and he decided to get it off the block. Those of you that are going to be joining us just as this series begins, best of 7, winner of this heads through to the North American Championships. Both teams have got access to one timeout that they can use in between games. Outside of that, it's what you can do on the field. As Rapid, double touch, sets up some space for memory. And AJ yet again, he's been so sharp defensively so far.
AJ just running out of boost there, so he couldn't really do anything with the possession that he'd accumulated, but actually Beast Mode missing his aerial off the back wall. This is a bit unusual to see. And Beast Mode is highlighted by Chicago as the one player. He didn't want to say scariest player, but he did say the best player in this lobby. Here he is again. Memory's lurking at that back post to block any clear in this direction. Rapid also making a move over there. FaZe have got to stay calm. They've got AJ with that pop-off ability. Evolution can produce what he did yesterday as well. They are absolutely in with the shot here, but now it's Rapid. Best chance of the game. AJ pre-jump saves it. Unbelievable defense once again.
Look, we know AJ can pull off amazing feats in the offensive side of the field. The fact that he's playing this good defensively as well is going to be a huge plus sign for them. Although you don't want to see too much more of this defense. Thus far, it has been just all Shopify as they are looking to continue putting that pressure on. Gyro, space over to Illusion, but there wasn't much of it. Well, we thought maybe this would be a little bit of a nervy start. You can definitely make that argument right now for FaZe, although they might get the best chance so far. AJ fakes out, tries to keep possession of the ball. Both teams coming so close, yet we are yet to see one of these actually go in. As Illusion in field, Gyro's back down.
FaZe need to be careful when they're clearing the ball. We've got a V formation, a very wide formation from Shopify Rebellion on their attack. They've already got somebody over on that far side every single time that the ball comes across. Now, if FaZe can change up the direction one or two times even, that'll get everybody on the wrong side of the ball in an instant, because they are covering a lot of area to the left and right, but they're also having to move very far upfield to do so. So look out for those hard clears, look out for the passing and defense from FaZe.
Well, there is AJ now moving on up. Has he got the reset? No, he hasn't. Instead, he wants the double touch, and it just skips away from him off the backboard. But that is going to be the major threat when you're running that sort of formation. But yes, you're covering a lot of ground. But if it ever pops over to a player like AJ, if we see Illusion do what he was doing yesterday, and they just pop that ball up for the air dribble, you're not going to get there early enough before they get it under full control, and you're going to have to deal with what they can put together mechanically. So the first one didn't quite go in, as we still looking for that first goal. Illusion already up, wants to grab it on the way back down, wasn't challenged for a while. Beast Mode very brave to let that one be played for a little while extra. Rapid's gonna go for his zone attempt. That's not the easiest one to control, keeps it away from AJ. It should be very well dealt with by Illusion.
Very deep defensive line for FaZe. You know, Shopify could take a bit more time on the ball. They don't want to make those mistakes with the soft touches, with the accurate touches, and that's always a scarier thing to do. Now, can AJ save his team once again? He's bought them a little bit of time, not much though. Gyro's with him to stay goal side of the ball. FaZe doing enough here. They've tidied up the early errors, and now they've got a best chance to get again. A huge opportunity. That was FaZe's best look at it. Look at this free jump for Rapid. He's just there as a distraction, allows Memory to go through. This is such an end-to-end game because both teams are deserting the midfield in favor of those wide rotations.
How many amazing saves are we going to see in this game? Beast Mode's given a lot of time to try and set up, but can't quite find Memory. As a Lucian with AJ in the midfield. Instead pops it up high, wants to see if the mistake will happen from Rapid. It's back on target. Rapid will recover just in time. And I have no idea how, but despite the amount of efforts that both teams have had, this is going to go to overtime.
Clutch defense, those huge saves, like you mentioned, have been the key points of the game. I don't know how they managed to read the play going into either of the saves. We had AJ at one end. He's been putting up some really good reads all throughout this tournament. The team need him now more than ever. He's been the guy this season for FaZe. Like you mentioned, mostly in offense, getting in the spotlight. But now he's been called upon at both ends of the field, showing up huge.
Beast Mode, he has got Rapid to work with, who does prioritize boost. That's actually not too bad considering AJ, not with his favored touch over in the corner. Now takes the shot. Rapid off the backboard. Up goes a Lucian.
Oh, what?
And Rapid not only saves, but he clears in the same motion. Rapid and AJ have been brick walls on either side of the field.
Well, both teams have focused up brilliantly here. This is what we were hoping for in this matchup. This is the series to decide who gets a shot at being NA champions at the end of RLCS Season X. And who gets a shot at that $400,000 prize pool. FaZe starting to have more success with the territorial aspect of the game. They've got it boxed in here. Rebellion running out of boost. No hard clear on that ball. AJ's on the end of it, but Rapid closes him off.
And still Memory sticking around. Zero boost. He's got it to Rapid, unchallenged. And two players needed to keep it out. Beast Mode shot will not be on target. And Alusha, despite maybe having a better option to leave for a teammate, just didn't want to see that ball on his side of the field anymore. I can't really say I blame him. Coming up now on 7 minutes since this series started. We have not had a goal just yet. Not for a lack of trying so far. Rapid just seems to be only staying in this side of the field. AJ leaves it. Rapid and Beast Mode chasing the ball down to the other side of the field. Memory wanted to move forward. Instead, he is going to have to try and back down, buy his team a bit of time to resubmit their rotation. Rapid avoids a bump and still gets the midfield challenge.
Clears have been sufficient so far, Shogun. They've not been making big, risky plays. Not been lurking upfield looking for redirect options. Now here's one. Memory's there. Gyro blocks him. They're cutting off angles well whenever the redirects are available for either team. Look at that catch from Beast Mode as well. Just keeping control of the ball. Even finds Memory on the right-hand side. Gyro deflects it up to Lucian. What a play! And what a goal to separate the two teams in such an evenly fought war. That's only game one.
We needed brilliance to break the deadlock, and FaZe have delivered it. Made the mention earlier on, Johnny, that both teams so quick, they just wanted to get players back. And it was that first time you really took the risk, delay the rotation back, come through the middle, and just give yourself the passing option. And FaZe are the ones that wanted to go for it, and they will reap the rewards. What a game one.
Huge.
Hopefully, here's to 6 more.
Oh, just an incredible level being put on by both these teams. We're wondering, would they be able to produce this kind of consistency? Because consistency is not the word I would use to describe either of their seasons up until now, although Rebellion perhaps a little bit more consistent towards the end of the season. What defense coming out from Beast Mode at one end. We saw AJ with a 6 save at the other, and then play of the game. Gyro nonchalantly flicks the ball towards the top corner. He almost scored it. Obviously, Alusha was there to make sure, but he's, I think, the perfect guy for FaZe to have making that play. He's the one who didn't look great yesterday. When things started going wrong for them, he really fell off. It just exacerbated the problem. Now Gyro is the one making the plays, and it could easily go in the opposite direction. We might see a momentum swing for FaZe, and that's, you know, a really key moment here for Rebellion to focus up, not allow any mistakes to creep into their game.
Oh, that might be their chance for a first goal. Somehow AJ has kept it out. Would he be able to do anything about this?
Oh,
no, he's just merely a passenger. He had to watch 2 teammates jump, but neither of them stood a chance.
Yeah, Lucian just couldn't get anywhere near that initial touch onto the back wall. We're talking about Rebellion solidifying, but actually it's FaZe who make the first mistake here. And after such a high level in game one, you have to imagine that that was going to happen at some point. The consistency is so difficult to maintain when so much is on the line. Everything's on the line here. This is their season.
Good end here. Difficult mindset to get back to because a first game is so intense. You get 1 minute, and that 1 minute sometimes can be a little bit of a curse. It's the reason why often you'll see teams just sort of ready up as quick as they can. They want to jump back in. As that flip reset is saved on the goal line. But that 1 minute where you just have a breather, it's so difficult to get yourself back into that incredibly intense mindset. And that's the reason why we do see our first mistake. Gyro wants to try and follow it. He has got that hit, followed it, picked up boost, and he deserves that goal. Unreal from Gyro.
Well, he's Gyro yesterday, he's Myro today. That's just a clean beat. He was so much faster than his opponent to that shot. And after the recovery as well, he's the player who needed to recover and then go again for the ball. And he still gets there first.
What I love is that first touch was intended for the boost. And he just kept it going afterwards. I've never seen such a calculated first touch to keep the play going from that sort of angle. So, yeah, we want to see more from him today. We're definitely getting it.
It's a huge hit from Rapid. Just deflecting the ball into his own post and trying to get another touch as it passes by in the opposite direction again, just to make sure that he's buying his team as much space as possible, as much time as possible. Rapid's been bumped back into the orange half here. I have to imagine that's what happened. Why would he be flying? I mean, I asked that, but I'm sure Rapid would find a reason to be flying for some kind of pre-jump challenge there. He's both staying goal side in the ball. This is great defensive showing from him so far this series.
Now we already see beast mode up. He's got the reset, he's got the bump. But thankfully for Gyro, he's got an extra teammate, and that is going to be the trump card. Beast mode leaves it for Rapid to move on in. 3 minutes left. AJ wants to have a bit of his own to go. Wow. What a dunk that was. And thankfully, Rapid smartly moving back. It's a sort of situation where if you get greedy and assume that your teammate's going to at least get something positive out of it, you can get caught out.
Well, that's a good touch from Rapid. Going high here is brilliant, but Lucian still covers Beast Mode's shot. And now they're in a 2v1. Gyro runs out of boost and makes it into a full FaZe defense. Or rather, a full Rebellion defense, I should say. AJ somehow gets the angle down as Beast Mode has stayed relevant in the play. Not sure how he managed to get to that one first. He's still going. Beast Mode really starting to show why Chicago's got his eye on him here. Taking over the lobby in game 2.
Rapid wants to maintain a bit of midfield pressure, not something we saw back in game number 1. It hasn't worked for them thus far. Emery looking to change that. This has been the game though. Get that ball into the air dribble, see what brilliance you can come up with. And neither team has allowed the other one to get the shot off clean. Rapid not going to go. Lucian backs off as well. AJ going for another air dribble off that backboard. Once again, as we head towards the last few moments of the game. Still got both teams tied up. No major mistakes thus far since we got back to 1 each. What has been very strange here, Johnny, is we've gone from a very fundamental game in game 1. Now both teams, all 6 players, want to show off what they can do mechanically. This has been a battle of air dribbles.
Yeah, we're starting to see the freedom be expressed, at least in the first man forward on any play, but the rotations are as deep as they were in game 1 at the same time. That's a fantastic pass by Rapid. Memory just keeping on ball cam there, making sure that he's helping out Rapid with that clear, giving him that downward pass option. Now it's Rapid who's on the end of the pass. So they're following up on each other's touch as well here, Rebellion. It's difficult for FaZe to generate any sort of sustained pressure against this defensive synergy.
As we head into the last 40 seconds, what a swing game this could now be. Trying so hard to avoid a 2-0 deficit off another 1-goal game. Rapid pops the ball up, wants to follow. He is the quicker of the 2 players. Beast Mode can't shoot from this, but he can set up. That second touch is going to take it away from Memory. Good pressure maintained. One miss. It's going to be followed up by AJ. Nobody expecting that one, though, over on the offense, so you can get rid of that one. But AJ now with a mistake of his own. FaZe might very well want to just see overtime at this point. It's got very sloppy in the final few moments, but that challenge is going to help out an awful lot. Beast mode, one final chance for him. And he has got it past one player. Gyro will see the ball away. Don't think it was on target either way, but I got to make sure of that.
It's a good effort. Beast mode finding the most that he could out of that play. I didn't really expect it to amount to much. FaZe do have to be careful with these wayward defensive touches. They haven't been punished on it just yet, because Rebellion are not expecting these kind of mishits to be happening. But maybe they will at some point decide to commit on it. Now here's AJ. Redirect, bottom left. And that's game once again. It's FaZe clutching it in overtime.
And once again, it's FaZe putting the long ball forward and seeing who's down the other side of the field. 2-1. Another incredibly tense game. But when the clutch is required, FaZe Clan have been the better team so far. And it has now meant that that is half the job done for them. For Shopify Rebellion, you start to feel a bit hard done to here. This does not feel like a series that you should be 2-0 down, but those are the small margins that can qualify you to the RLCS X Championships.
It's just those big plays from FaZe that have been the difference in overtime. They've taken their chances. And yes, it's a smart timeout if you ask me, because even if they feel like their game is working to a pretty high level, which it does appear to be, I don't think we've got too many issues playstyle-wise or even individual skill-wise from Rebellion, if any at all. But this is a great way to just stop that momentum that FaZe have clearly got going. They've put together a couple of great goals to win those overtimes. And I think more than anything, Rebellion are taking a timeout here to try and make FaZe, like you said, overthink the start of the next game. And yeah. I think their game looks fine. Rebellion they're creating chances. They look pretty solid. They just have to do exactly what FaZe have done. They need to make their big plays, because just as often as FaZe have made a great solo goal or a great team play this season, I think Rebellion have done so equally, if not more. They've had some unbelievable moments throughout RLCS Season X, but can they produce them right now when it matters? This is what we keep talking about. This is the series they need to beat FaZe in if their season is going to continue, and it hasn't started well. It's been on a knife edge, but they're still down by 2 games.
And there is no other time you can really use this. I agree entirely. This is a series that could easily look 2-0 the other way, but it just simply has not been the case. You cannot afford to leave that. Put another game up to that near 50-50 that has been so far, and go 3-0 down. You have to use this here. You got to slow this series down, and you need something more concrete, because this has not gone your way so far in those big moments. But we got to say, we were hoping that when we saw this, we were going to get some high-quality games. You're not going to get yourself into that 6th spot by being consistent, but you've definitely got something to you. Oh my goodness, beast mode, showing us that he can definitely hit it nice and hard, top corner.
Yeah, it's a great read. Look at how he's air rolling through the ball, not just for placement, but also for power. Full speed of a rotation into that one with the front corner of the Octane. And the placement was perfect. Straight over the goalie's head. No way for him to elevate and also accelerate without losing out in one of the 2 directions. I mean, I like to think that that was their tactical timeout plan right there, but with such a standard kickoff on show, I don't think it was. I think that was just a good old-fashioned bread and butter kickoff from Rebellion.
All right, cool. Timeout, jump out of the lobby real quick, go to a shooting training pack. All right, everyone hit your 1 shot. Let's get back into it. Well, they're going to have another chance at this. Beast mode makes it incredibly difficult for Gyro.
Play.
Gyro, that car control from him today, we saw it for the goal in the last game, it's just been outstanding, and he's going to need to keep that up. AJ, one-on-one, doesn't get the control quick enough. That's what you got to do defensively if you see AJ with a bit of time on the ball. Just chase him down, close down those angles as quickly as you possibly can. Rapid looking for the player, can't quite get there. Losing a bit of whip, and Rapid took it away from memory. But that would have been challenged by Gyro either way. I think they might have just narrowly avoided a potential 2v1 calamity.
I would like to see Memory moving up onto the initial pass and also the second pass, which I think he was interested in making a move in the play, but Beast Mode and Rapid are not interested in letting him come in. They just keep on making plays on the ball. Love that back pass from Illusion, but it looks like Gyro is in fact facing the wrong way for it, so it does spill free into the middle. Beast Mode past one. Doesn't have a dodge for all eternity here. Had to jump into that one. The pace has definitely increased. The Rebellion are absolutely on fire here. And I think they've caught FaZe just a bit flat-tired going into game 3. Pressure is showing. As a result, Rapid takes away their corner boost. I mean, how are Gyro, Illusion, and AJ supposed to keep up with them when they keep snatching away those corner boosts time and time again?
Memory's got yet another one. There is almost nothing now. Well, FaZe to work with on the defensive side. They've just got to try and hold off, see if they can pick up a couple of 100s. And then whichever player does get it has got to come up with a huge play for them. And that is going to be Illusion. He's the one with the boost. He's the one with the chance, and he doesn't quite get it to work out. That frees up Rapid. Shots up high. AJ scrounges enough from around the field. And somehow, FaZe look to have survived, at least temporarily. Even that short burst into the midfield will give them a couple of extra small boosts to just quickly scout around, go and grab those, get yourself back in position. You're going to need to be. You do see Rebellion setting themselves up for yet another charge. Rapid off the backboard. He's been punted away, so he can't take the shot. Instead, he wanted Beast Mode to find the target, and he was just too high.
That could have easily been 2-0. Beast Mode does read those. Desperately needing a 50-50 FaZe. Just can't get rid of this ball. It's always a half clear. It's, you know, towards the halfway line and then sent straight back into their end. Now they've got the ball into the blue half. Can they keep it there? I think AJ was trying to go for a double there, and it's wide open for Rapid. Oh man, I think FaZe, they finally got to see what the blue half of the field looks like. Got a bit too close and personal though, and their third man's been timed out of the play. 2-0 Shopify. What a turnaround in game 3.
Well, they got over to the blue side of the field, and immediately Rebellion asked to see whether or not their paperwork was in check. Definitely not. Let's kick them back over to the orange side. Make sure you kick yourself into that 2-0 lead. That timeout used to perfection so far. But we also have to remind ourselves that FaZe will have access to their own. Lols, Gyro waits for his chance to get to the ball. That was all of his boost just to reach it. And now we're going to start heading to the game. Part of the game there. Just have to go all out for this. You need a goal. You need a quick Illusion. Just had the ball drop onto the top of his car and no chance to run onto it.
Still time for FaZe, but they aren't really shooting or passing with a lot of direction here. I think they've been stunned in game 3 by Rebellion's aggression. And now every time that FaZe get a moment on the ball, they just assume that there's going to be a Rebellion player right on top of them. And they've rushed their touches that they could have taken time with. Still 2-0 inside the final minute. Can FaZe make anything happen? Any 3 other players could make that huge play today. That was a good try there by Illusion. Gyro just on the wrong side of the ball there, although it's a tough one to read. Not really a fault of his own to fail to predict something like that.
We've got a few of those this series where you're just hoping, as the player that's trying to set up, that it's just going to drop somewhere nice for your upcoming player. It's not really been the case. Those hits off the backboard have not been working. That from Rapid is going to work just nicely.
Clean from Rapid, and that's a lot of discipline as well from Beast Mode, understanding there's no real reason to throw myself at this corner challenge because that's safe enough. We've got a goalkeeper behind me. I'm just going to let this one bounce into the middle because anything that's coming center that fast is more likely a pass to the goalkeeper than a center ball for a teammate on the opposition side. So they've really calmed down here in defense while also giving FaZe no time when it's FaZe's turn to defend. I don't think it's any cause for a tactical timeout from FaZe yet. I think they're just going to have a quick chat and say, okay, hold on a second. They've just started ball chasing a little bit, as a lot of you guys would refer to. I like to think of it more as a high pressure play style. Ball chasing is far too negative. They've just gone for it a bit more, and they've said, well, you know, if we're losing 2-0, we've got to just go and put everything in the line here. Let's try and outpace them, and it worked.
Yeah, whatever they said in that timeout has been definitely the ticket to this game. And I get the feeling that a lot of what was said was towards Rapid, his positioning, just down the field, constantly a threat, stealing boost, hitting goalkeepers, as we saw twice used for just launched passes straight over to him. He's managed to put onto net. That's a good way to play it. If that's how you've been losing your last 2 games in overtime, why not steal it and then go and put that into play? But for FaZe, you can just chalk that one up as a game that didn't go your way. See what happens here. And as you mentioned, still got access to that timeout.
Yeah, Rapid, a real troublemaker there. They tried a bit more of a full rotation in game 1 and 2. In game 3, they just told Rapid, turn on anything and everything, because at least when he's doing it, he can tell his teammates that he's going to turn and cut in front of them. Well, that's almost 1-0 already as Beast Mode scoops in a wall shot. Would have been 2 games in a row that he scored in just a couple of seconds. Now 2 misses from opposition players, as both were playing for a block with very little boost. And when neither player has boost, neither player hits the ball.
AJ has been left to be very quiet offensively. So he's been looking towards his teammates for the most part, but we still know what he is capable of. There's a Lucian. Wanted to just wrong foot memory. That was cheeky. Memory positions very well. No chance for beast mode. No boost for him, as AJ will leave it for Gyro, who's on the follow-up. Lucian, he has to hit that better. As the ball just drops over to Rapid, who will be the most thankful player on the field.
I'll make that 2 shots in a row for Lucian. Neither one of them contested, and they both look pretty juicy. You know, they look like the kind of shots you really want to just put your car through, rifle on target as hard as possible, preferably towards a corner, but definitely leather that ball. But he's just hit it with a wet towel, and it hasn't gone anywhere twice in a row. So Lucian needs a hard hit, really. And Rapid, he's done it again. He will not leave them alone. This man is turning on everything, and he's just challenging every single ball. A little faint on the initial approach, though. I think he fooled AJ, who has panicked his clear. And FaZe are definitely starting to feel the pressure that Rapid is putting on them.
And memories do still serve very fresh about what happened against G2 yesterday, where the FaZe just fell apart against them. A couple of mistakes is all it took, and suddenly they found themselves losing games by 4 goals. As Beast Mode looks to try and get them a second. Rapid already hunting down for a goalkeeper. He's not going to get their shot. Shopify Rebellion have found the answer.
Rapid is behind the enemy lines here. He's made a run across the goal, looking for people to demo. FaZe hadn't even gotten back into defense yet, and Rapid's there to demo them had they been there. And then turns, of course he turns, to break rotation and immediately attack the center, which came off the back of a brilliant mind game from Beast Mode. Yeah, I think FaZe need a timeout. Well, if they don't get a comeback here, they definitely need a timeout. They need to do something differently, as Rebellion have found a winning strategy, and they look more likely to add to their scoreline than FaZe do to stop this streak. Rapid's actually he's accidentally hit the ball back towards his half. You know, we'll call it a back pass. They do still have possession.
Well, Paratrooped Rapid has been a huge asset to his team thus far. You don't want to see more of that, but 2-goal lead, very precarious in Rocket League. AJ, not going to have the angle that Lucian wanted to take the shot from. Gyro keeps the play alive. He bounces it to AJ. Memory instantly there. Not a chance to create anything from that play. Now Memory's challenge back into the midfield. First time that we've seen FaZe on offense. And it's not seemingly going to last all that long. To the midfield, Beast Mode. Nice challenge from him. Slows the play down. Nice chance to get the boost back onto that defense. Lucian an option. AJ to the other side. Devil on the goalkeeper. That has to go in. And AJ is going to cut the lead in half.
What a play from Gyro. Cuts it back past Beast Mode and then hits the brakes in the smoke screen so as not to save AJ's shot, which, you know, could have been going straight at him if he'd continued driving forwards. Brilliant awareness in the play, not only to find AJ to his left, but then to connect with the demo on the last defender from Rebellion. You know, a lot of questions were asked of Gyro going into today. He's answered all the critics so far. Half the comeback has been done for FaZe, and they've still got time on the clock for that goal. They've been elusive in the past 2 games. Again, Gyro, the perfect player to be making plays for FaZe. He's the hype man. Can they build on this?
Oh, Beast Mode goes for the shot. He's not going to miss it. Coming out of that goal, FaZe would have been hoping that Rapid was going to give up a little bit with being on the other side. Yeah. There he is. He's still around.
Oh, man.
And there is absolutely no fear from him. What a shot it was.
I'm going to rename Rashid after this. They can't get him off. He's just all over them. And, you know, you're really starting to see how valuable it is to have a disruptor in your team, to have a player who's willing to just play so aggressively. Look for those demos, those boost steals, put himself in the most annoying positions with redirects. It's something that most top teams have in their offensive arsenal, but to be done this well, this consistently is still impressive. Rapid has been such a nuisance, and really the difference in games 3 and 4. FaZe don't have an answer for him yet. He is just getting in the way of everything they're trying to do, and at the same time causing them all kinds of problems and creating all kinds of goals for Rebellion. Less than a minute to go. It's not looking good for FaZe. This could easily be a timeout coming in.
And I think it was the perfect time to go for that play style as well, because if you are going to let Rapid play like this, you have to be certain that your 2 remaining players are capable of dealing with a 2v3, and with the defense that we've seen so far, you would absolutely say, yes, these players are ready to go. Beast Mode and Memory are not going to make the dumb mistakes that are going to drop us out of this, although I say that Rapid's going to be needed on the goal line. And after the first few games gave them that confidence, Rapid has now been unleashed. As Memory already to the corner, that's going to kill off even more time. As Rapid shot too high, will there be the follow? Absolutely not. We've got the 2-goal leads, and you're the ones that have got to come to us. We don't need anything more.
Wow. What a turnaround. I mean, well, if Rebellion felt hard done by losing 2 overtimes in a row in fairly even games, they'll definitely feel like karma's come back around here, because those are 2 very deserved wins. Games 3 and 4, not at all close. They've secured them comfortably, and FaZe will be taking a timeout, unsurprisingly. They have to figure out a way to deal with Rapid. The problem that they have right now is that Beast Mode and Memory, they know, and they're being told by Rapid when he's going to cut in front of them, when he's going to stay upfield for an extended period of time, and they're able to play accordingly. Whereas for FaZe, he's Rapid sneaking in from their defensive blind spots. He's taking away their boosts. He's making their life difficult, and they don't know ahead of time. So unless they've got the eagle eye or that sixth sense to just keep an eye on him and just know where he's going to be, it's going to be a real task to counter what he is right now doing to them. I mean, where do you even start? This is a difficult task for Mupi. He's doing a lot of the talking here.
I mean, the difficult part here is that Rapid's not coming from conventional angles. He is sitting on the backboard. He is cutting in from your own back corner boost. There is no way to really just spot him out and just go, all right, player is at the defensive side of the field with the ball. Rapid's there. I'm just going to make sure I'm in that sort of area to try and intercept the play. And yet that's not an option right now, because Rapid is mixing it up so incredibly well that if you do try and get to him, you're just out of position. There's nothing really to it. So the only thing they can really do now is try and spot when is Rapid coming in and hope that that part of that rotation that they've got covers where he is going still. So far has not been the case. Rapid is not only disrupting, he is outpacing the lads over on FaZe, and that's the biggest worry.
We did see one, phenomenal play from Gyro in this game. That was, the individual play of the game to land that pass towards AJ. And then demo the goalkeeper as well. But unfortunately for FaZe, their huge plays have just not been regular enough. And I don't know if they've got what it takes to put in wonder goals with the regularity that teams like NRG, Rogue, Space Station have been able to do throughout this season. FaZe, on occasion, they produce something marvelous, but it's just not regular enough for me. I think they might, in fact, just try and fight fire with fire here. They're going to think to themselves, well, if Rapid is break a rotation this often, and if he just doesn't get out of our half, why don't we try that? Oh, hold on. Well, not the best start here. They've conceded on the kickoff, so multiple things have to go wrong here. First of all, AJ has barely touched that ball. That is not a very good contact. And Gyro not making it back to the goal in time. That is...
I can confirm to you, AJ didn't make any contact with that.
Dear.
Are we going to get another one, AJ? Has to go in. Yeah, any sort of confidence boost from the timeout is very much gone. Probably not on the play you want to see it from. AJ, yeah, I don't know what that is. You've seen him play a lot more Rocket League and one's Rocket League at that than I have, Johnny. Have you ever seen that from AJ before?
Well, you know, the miss hit or the miss which can occur there. Oh, here's a good touch. Oh, what a save! Oh, that's unbelievable. Memory still going to get scored on, but that is such a good save to block AJ's redirect here in such a way that it can't immediately be scored on by Illusion, who had a very awkward dodge there. You know, well played Memory. FaZe, for them, they're just going to be so happy they did manage to score that, because had that gone away into the corner, that's where the confidence is completely gone. Now we've really got a game in our hands, and FaZe will feel like they should be leading here, because that kickoff, you know, it shouldn't be happening. The strategy just didn't make sense at all. Oh, they've missed another corner read. AJ's got it covered, but will they have Memory shot? Yes, they will. It's AJ again. You know, he's picking up for the miss on the kickoff earlier. Now it's in his teammates. They need to step up and do likewise, because, you know, equally, it was AJ who missed the contact, but the strategy didn't make sense at all. So it's a team mistake, even though AJ's whipped. Oh,
there's a chance now for AJ. Beast mode. At least get some contact to keep it away. Here's another one. It's Rapid on the goal line. We're handing out MVP medals. He's been the one for it, but Gyro receives the infield pass. And for a rare time, that pass was not challenged. And he is going to make full use of the opportunity.
That's well played again by Gyro. He's had such a presence in offense today. And boy, has the team needed him in offense, because Illusion's been extremely quiet after having such a standout performance in the group stage yesterday. Here's Gyro again. He's going to go for the double. He mishits it slightly. Illusion pressures the ball to help out AJ, but of course Rapid's in their corner stealing the boost already. He's planning ahead. he's beaten 3 other players to that corner boost, and AJ would really like to have it right now. He's empty, and in it goes. There's Rapid's return on investment. He stole the boost about 10 seconds ago, and it's paid off. Poor AJ flopping about like a beach whale on the goal line. Oh, he just couldn't get it. He's not even able to get close to it, unfortunately. FaZe lose their lead again.
So this series has gone from tense to tactical, and now we're in just the shootout phase of it. Both teams trading goals back and forth for that all-important series point that can send you through to the North American Championships. Memory jumps earlier just to avoid Gyro's potential to hit him. Beast mode. Oh, he's managed to just duck underneath the challenge. He's also come out well on the follow-up, as Rapid would have preferred it if Beast mode wasn't quite so stuck to the ball. They can't win a single challenge here, FaZe. Beast mode over. That's an awkward bounce. Illusion jumps, hopes, and he saves it.
I don't think Illusion knew a lot about that one, but he's put himself in the way of the ball and just tried to be as big as possible. So all you can ask from him there, really. It's been difficult for FaZe once again. Consistently difficult to get rid of Rapid in particular, but Rebellion as a whole. There's Rapid again. Of course, he's not rotating back. He's stealing the boost, and Beast mode joining in. He's demoed Gyro and taking mid boost at the halfway line. Illusion's empty. AJ's got 0. Gyro, I think, had 20 boosts there. FaZe are in a lot of trouble every time that Rebellion attack them.
AJ couldn't quite win the challenge, but he wanted to. And Gyro, he's doing full 360s trying to find the boost. And even though he got it, he might not even be able to see the other side of the field before it went in. Beast mode already up, and he scored yet another one. The halfway line is much further back than Rebellion seem to think it is. That is aggressive, and that is also the lead.
He just takes it so early, no chance for the FaZe defense. You're still just trying to reposition. In that play, Illusion's making a little circle in the box to grab 15 boost. That, you know, just a couple of pads, because he's completely starved. And over again, Rebellion have been doing this to them. FaZe wanted to counter quickly before we get into a full rotation. And it is Rebellion who are in a bit of an awkward spot now. AJ will go first to this one. Misses the double. Gyro sends it very, very high there. I can't imagine that's what he was trying to do there. So he had a free touch, and he's just almost cleared it, really. Rapid's not cleared that one. Gyro again, and it's off the post. Memory's touch puts it safe briefly, but not for long. Illusion has put himself through that one. It's what we were wanting him to do in the last game, Shogun. He's done it, and he's put his team back in a level score.
So we've got now Operation Hit the Ball as hard as possible. If the backboard's not working, then the infield passes are not. Just go for option number one, and now we've got ourselves back to a 3 each game. AJ wants to come up with something magical, but Gyro and Illusion quite far forward. That's going to make the rotation back very difficult, especially if they get any boosts stolen from them. And I think that's a frustrating part here for Shopify, is that despite the fact that they haven't seen much offense, the backboard has been available to them as, oh my goodness, 2 players have gone. Wow. Illusion, well, the first time he's going to benefit from a soft shot. The follow-up doesn't do anything either. Rapid for the third, and it will finally go in. 7 goals scored, but 1 is the difference.
What a save by Gyro. I can't believe he's managed to read the timing of that shot, and all for nothing because Rapid is there to take control of the free ball that was just lingering in the box. FaZe in trouble once again. Rebellion have looked like the better team for 3 consecutive games, but now FaZe are sending them a little bit of pressure to think about. This is what I want to see from FaZe here. You're clearly getting beaten. Just go for it. There's no time to play a safe game anymore. It's not working. It hasn't worked for 3 games in a row, and even the first 2 games were close. So will FaZe have what it takes to put the pressure on Rebellion the way Rebellion have done?
They only need 1 to send us to overtime. Off that backboard, unchallenged. Will that cost them? Absolutely.
Just too good. Rebellion are just too quick into these positions, and it's just a bit too difficult for FaZe every time. I think their defense is falling apart here. And, oh man, you hate to see a Gyro with his head in his hand and Illusion at the top there. Not looking confident. I mean, it looks like they've already lost. If somebody tell them it's a best of 7, it's not over. They need to just really focus now more than ever. I think this game might be lost though, as the time is just ticking away. Last chance of the game for FaZe, and it's harmlessly into the corner. Rebellion are on another level right now. They don't just look scary enough to win this matchup. I think even Chicago might be a bit scared of what they're doing right now, although he wouldn't tell you that. It's Rebellion. What a way to turn this one around. Full credit to them. Down by 2 games, and they have just absolutely grabbed this series and ran away with it. It's theirs to lose now.
Just 5 minutes away from reaching the North American Championships. After such a long season, how good would that feel for these players? Especially, you know, players like Memory. His player has been around for so long and often counted out by a large community of people. But he is here. He is on the verge of qualifying top 6. And right now, he has just got to keep this up. No more timeouts left for FaZe. They're going to figure out a solution to this. They're going to have to do it within the next few moments. We're heading to Neo Tokyo. We're heading towards game number 6. Have FaZe got anything left in the tank, or is this now going to be Rebellion's moment?
Well, you know, now would be the perfect time, well, or at least from FaZe's perspective, for Rebellion to stop with what they're doing. It would be nice for FaZe if Rebellion would slow down just a touch, because they've been unreal. They've been playing at light speed for the past 3 games, and it would really be difficult for anybody to deal with them. And already, FaZe in trouble. Gyro boost starved, demoed. Illusion's got a free touch, however. Oh, and he bangs it in off the crossbar. Illusion is here. FaZe are here. And Memory, after demoing, has accidentally centered that one. A bit of a mistouch there, trying to back pass. He's played it straight towards Illusion. He says, thank you very much. We'll take those. We'll take anything at this point. And boy, do they need it.
It's a much better step up than conceding straight off the first kickoff from your timeout.
That's true.
Still very much in this series. Gyro, infield pass. Beast Mode's got it covered. That leaves AJ forced to jump early. Memory leaves it for Rapid. It's been the difficulty so far. So for FaZe, just have to jump that little earlier. You're doing it with less boost, and you're trying to avoid being hit with Rapid. Just tries to shimmy around, and he's done a great job of it. Now to the other side, he has got Beast Mode up in support. Illusion makes that car big enough to keep it away, but his team has not cleared their lines. Gyro back to AJ. He feints out Beast Mode. He's got some space, and Beast Mode sweeps back across, gets contact.
A good defense from Beast Mode. He didn't want to lunge in at the first challenge in case AJ takes a a hard hit on the ball, but he does stay relevant. He doesn't go too far away. And he closes down the dribble when it does occur. Again, there, beast mode, pressuring the ball, finding contact with the first man challenge. Good results for Rebellion. They can make contact with their first challenger every single time. They are going to dominate FaZe territorially. FaZe are the team who have tried for the more finesse approach and the lighter touches, the accuracy. Whereas Rebellion, they are just barreling forward. You know, they've been scored on here, but they're continuing to do exactly the same thing. And that is attack, attack, attack. They've got FaZe in another awkward spot.
As far as FaZe are concerned, Rebellion are allowed to own 99% of their side of the field. It's that final 1% that they want to keep a hold of. Good clear. Beast mode had his back turned, so it's not the best follow-up touch, but a double commit means that AJ has got to try and scramble to recover this play. He's done a decent job of that. Now has Gyro up in support. Double commit now from Beast mode. And there's Illusion. It's the midfield. A midfield that neither team seemed to want at the start of this series. Now neither of them wants to leave it alone. Beast mode back to himself off the backboard, and that's crucial from Illusion. We've seen Beast mode hit much more difficult shots.
Yeah, you make a good point there. The mid it was just vacant in games 1 and 2, and then Rebellion just thought they must have had a chat and said, wait, why are we doing that? Why are we just giving them the midfield? Let's just get up in their faces. Rapid, just do your thing. And we'll back you up. Just go for anything. Oh, Beast Mode's missed. He's faked 2 of them. Rapid, denied by Illusion. AJ's touch puts to the safety. And that was chaotic, but almost brilliant from an accidental fake.
That is the level of respect that you can bank on at this level. No one expects you to do something like that. Now it's across the other side. Illusion perfectly positioned to keep it out. Here's Rebellion where they've wanted to be. They've got the offense. Memory having swipes at AJ on the goal line. But that's too far behind Beast Mode. An opportunity to break. Not quite taken. Back to the midfield.
Oh my
FaZe
goodness.
are just dancing around. They want to get something in the way. There is no plan to clear. It's just prevent this from going in your own net. This is now back midfield.
AJ's got boost, but that's about all they had. Now he's starved. They've got almost nothing between them again. Somebody needs to grab that corner boost when it spawns because it is just being denied time and time again. They need to keep an eye on when it's getting picked up and be there for it because you can't possibly defend another minute and 30 seconds like this. Surely it can't be done. And we've got some boost on AJ again.
Solution you can see is already done. AJ takes the ball to the air. Even if this doesn't end up being a scoring opportunity, it's just so much time for Gyro and for Illusion to get themselves back into a decent spot. We see another boost picked up. So the defensive stand from FaZe does pay off. Gyro fakes it out, goes to the side. He might even get some space. That's more time off the clock, inching us closer and closer to Champions Field.
50 seconds and change. Memory swats AJ's top corner shot away from danger, but it's still an alive ball. This is a dangerous position for FaZe. It feels like every position is dangerous for them with how Rebellion have been playing. The clock is their best friend right now, though. It is just eating away at those seconds, and Rebellion have hit a bit of a roadblock at the last minute of the game. They were all guns blazing, and then they've ran out of ammunition. 20-odd seconds left. FaZe still have the ball.
Be their best friend, but they wish it was just a little bit more efficient at doing its job.
Oh,
back to the side, Rapid. One final throw over to the other side of the field, but Gyro's midfield challenge does do well. AJ being harassed by Rapid. It's not the best touch, but pop it over there. Let AJ do his thing up off the wall, but he's got nothing at all. Beast Mode wants the pinch. He's not quite got it. It was kept alive, and you can see all 6 players within a small radius looking for their chance. Let's go to Game 7. Let's go to Champions Field.
That must have been the most nerve-wracking game that FaZe have ever played. They had to defend with I'm not even exaggerating, like no more than 30 boosts between all 3 of them for at least a minute here. That was unbelievable. I don't know how they managed to hold on to that 1-goal lead because Rebellion really did a great job stealing that corner boost away every time it spawned. Somebody was there to nab it. It wasn't even up there for more than a second. Every time it's being taken away as it spawns, and FaZe somehow held on. They had so many clutch saves. They were following up on each other's touches, which were poor just by no fault of their own. They couldn't hit the ball hard because they had no momentum, but they kept on just being in the right place at the right time. and playing that ball back into the corner, avoiding the clears down the middle. But you don't want to play like that. That's not ideal. FaZe, they've done it once, but no way are they going to do that again. Surely you have to imagine at some point Rebellion are going to score if FaZe try to just give up their back corner boost. I know they're not trying to, but they may as well be with how often Rebellion are taking it.
Well, FaZe have managed to scrape through for every single one of their wins, but they've got 3 of them. And now they just need 1 more. Almost seems like a bit of an afterthought at the moment that this is for a spot in the semi-finals. G2 do await. But this is to make it through to the North American Championships off the backboard. Whoa. It's open for everybody. Rapid moves in a little bit late. Still dangerous. AJ straight back to beast mode. Wants to get that second touch. No power on that. Gyro can see the ball to the other side of the field, but seems to be continuing right from where we were in game number 6. Setting up for beast mode's clear. Rapid waiting midfield. It's on target. Might as well put those forward here, see if the mistake will happen.
So many clutch defensive touches. Illusion's been huge this game and the last. You can see that he was really trying not to own goal with his completely impossible read over his own backboard. You know, when the nerves are climbing up to this ridiculous rate, that's all you're thinking about when you jump there, thinking, I'm going to own goal, haven't I? It's bound to happen, but he uses the underside of the card to control the ball, send it straight down, and again, FaZe are following up on each of these touches in defense. This is the real difference maker for them. It's stopping Rebellion from finding those easy ways through. There's one. AJ will clear it into the corner. And he takes a 50-50 as well, getting a bit of a 2-for-1 there. Rapid, only able to get the ball straight towards Gyro, and that's going to have it right back in the half. But here's beast mode. Off the ceiling, and he's bumped 1. Luckily for FaZe, there were 2 defenders.
Oh, Gyro's quite far forward here. Able to just contort the car back into a decent spot. AJ gets it past beast mode. Beast mode, he can at least get recovery off the ceiling as Illusion takes his time. Memory does try and show him though that amount of time is not as much as he might have wanted.
Oh, it's
Demo, Gyro has got Illusion's spot. He didn't get it over to him. And Illusion, amazing when he's required to do something in a matter of seconds. But that one, when you give him a bit of time, he just freezes up.
Oh, it didn't sit nicely for him. It was so awkward. He desperately wanted to fire it across the box. Here it is again. Oh. Gyro! Does he score the best goal of the game? What a strike. And he didn't have a lot of boost to play with here. Slots it top corner. Just when you're thinking FaZe are going to be defended for another minute. It's been all they've done for the past 5 or 6 minutes. Gyro pulls it out of the bag. 1-0 for FaZe once again.
Rapid gets a good carry to the other side of the field. Wants to bump Gyro, who just pirouettes his way through the air. Gives his team that little bit of space. Gyro, far side of the field. He's not going to jump for that one. Realizes it's just going to be a little bit too late. Half the game gone. 1 goal up is FaZe. AJ on that wall, not going to get it to him, but that's a huge challenge win.
Oh my!
Rapid, that is a little bit brave.
Rapid knew he better do something with that. You can't just leave it for AJ to come in and slam towards the net, but obviously Rapid didn't mean to hit it quite that close to the post. But it stays out, and Rebellion are still only trailing by 1. Beast Mode's quick up to this one, goes for the impossible double, almost has it. That's a crazy shot by Beast Mode. You can't hit them every time when they're that difficult to connect with. Now he's got another one. Beast Mode doubles once again on target. This time the pre-jump saved by Gyro. AJ has just pulled up to it, side onto the ball. Beast Mode's back, and he will score the equalizer.
Well, if he's getting that close off double taps, you know when he gets this one. There's nowhere else for the ball to go. We knew this series was going to be tense, Johnny. I wasn't expecting it to be like this.
He really did play it close though. He's got the bottom right corner staring at him. He just slams it right over the top of 2 defenders, trusting the power shot to do its work, and it does do enough. And you can see again the awkwardness for FaZe. They're just all desperately trying to get the clears. Oh, hang on. Gyro stays up front. AJ doesn't even need him. He doubles it in.
And it's been the thing that has kept them in the series so far. What? AJ off the bump recovers and brings out a magical play for the lead.
That might be the single best recovery that I've ever seen. He didn't have any way, he didn't have any right to be sending that ball up high. but someone's bumped him into it, and he follows it all the way. And Gyro, I mean, I'm sure he's not too sad about AJ taking that one away from him. Says, go for it, mate. Anytime. Now here's Illusion. He takes a soft touch. That's class from Illusion. Didn't want to shoot straight at the goalkeeper. FaZe are controlling the game. They've got their back corner boost as well. It's all going right for them now. And they're inside the final minute.
Illusion, only 50 boost for him, but all the field to work with. He's not happy to go for this too quickly. Instead, Gyro cuts through. Emery, very smart not to get too greedy and move up too early, but Gyro, once again, just takes that 1 extra second to control the ball. Now gets the ball past beast mode. They cannot afford to go down by 2, but at the same time, they got to get that ball to the other side of the field.
Well, here it is now. Memory looking for a way through, but there's just so many red cars in the way of him. They're all staying goal side of the ball, and that's the only place he can really be with a 1-goal lead in 20 seconds left, but boost is running out again. We've got 20 on Gyro, and that's it. That's all they had, and nobody was in the back post. That was a huge chance for Rebellion. Now here's Memory. He's denied by AJ. Final 10 seconds.
Beast mode already up, goes up high, but Gyro's already waiting for it. They need to put forward a challenge quickly. Memory has got a bit of space, but this is so difficult to try and work with. He just clamors for the ball out of the corner as Illusion taps with putting the ball onto the floor. It's in! And FaZe Clan have fought their way through to the North American Championships.
Wow, what a win by FaZe. Every game that they have taken in this series was a struggle, but they've taken the majority, and that's all that matters. Rebellion had the winning formula. They dominated those third and fourth games. It looked like they had game 5 as well, to be honest. They were putting so much pressure on FaZe, but FaZe held on. They kept on making themselves available for those final touches, those clutch saves, pre-jumps all over the place, and they clutched it up just enough. What a game by Gyro, and easily a goal of the season contender from AJ here as well. Unbelievable. They've done so well, and I should have never doubted Garrett G. He said FaZe would win this. Chicago as well, and Corelli, but he's biased, so don't listen to him. But well played, FaZe. They've done it. They've secured that top 6 seed. They are going to the RLCS Championships for NA on Per Rebellion. So close, but so far still a stunning performance on the day by them as well.
Well, the Devs did try and build this one up as the match of the season so far. I would have to agree with them. Johnny, that was everything you could have wanted and just had different phases to it as well. No pun intended. Just from the tactical feeling out stage at the beginning, then we saw Rapid really grow into it. And then we got to the clutch. And the clutch is where all your planning goes out the window and you're just waiting for those big moments. And Johnny, their day's not done just yet. They have still got to play G2 later on today. They've still got a tournament to go through. And we're going to continue that very, very shortly. They get a play very, very soon. But before then, they get a break. They get to watch our next game as the semifinals kick off.